The crisis in energy cannot be missed tonight. It's very significant. People are already drowning in cost of living issues, at small business in particular too, and now this hits them. Joining me now, National Senator Matt Canavan. Matt, we heard from government minister after government minister today in the House of Reps to say that renewables are going to make things cheaper, but we've been hearing that furphy for nigh on 15 years, and still people today are copping, 25% increases to their power bills come the 1st of July, on top of everything else. When are we going to say the Emperor's got no clothes?
Well, we should be saying that now, Peter, because, as you say, we've been hearing this a long time, but we've also been investing in solar and wind for a long, long time. In fact, for the last few years, Australia has installed more solar and wind per person than North America and Europe at a rate of four times higher than those countries. We have been leading the world in investment in it. And like everywhere else in the world that has tried this, the more unreliable power, more weather-dependent power you install, the higher your power prices go. We're seeing exactly the same effect here. Now, what this report also showed is that the Liddell coal-fired power station closure that happened only a month ago is a big factor in these price increases. They say that. They point that out, even though a month ago Chris Bowen and lots of other government ministers were saying there wouldn't be an issue with Liddell coal-fired power station closing.
And
tonight we're having power prices surge because of it.
And that's exactly what they did when Hazelwood closed in Victoria. They said nothing to see here. It'll actually make the prices go down. They didn't. They went like that. And exactly right, Liddell's done the same thing for prices come the 1st of July. Of course, when Eraring closes, we're in all sorts of strife.
Well, we're just not going to have enough power. Right now, tonight, the energy regulator has warned of a lack of power in New South Wales. It's only at the lower level of that warning, so they should be okay, but that's sort of fingers crossed, hope nothing else breaks while we're in this surge. Power prices are over $1,000 a megawatt hour right now in New South Wales. They normally, or used to be before the renewable era, usually around $50 a megawatt hour. I mean, this experiment has failed. It's been a giant green experiment and it has failed, and we should now listen to the science. That's what science is about. You try something, you look at its effects and you move on from it. It has been a big scientific experiment that's failed. What we've got to do is install reliable power again. I note that Finland has just turned on a new nuclear power station. It's actually helped lower their wholesale power prices by 75% in its first month of operation. In fact, there's a story out today that they've had to throttle back the amount of nuclear power being generated because prices are getting too cheap. That would be a great problem for us to have, wouldn't it? We'd love to go back to that. So why don't we actually use our resources like uranium, like coal, like gas, to deliver cheaper power prices to the Australian people?
Yeah, but that's because all the carpetbaggers don't want nuclear power. They want government subsidies paid for by stupid taxpayers like us in their pocket to make money out of wind and solar, which even if these plants generate decent amounts of electricity, we've only got a 20-year life on them, and they're all made in China.
Well, exactly right. I mean, what is so strange about the energy debate in this country is that we let the major energy producers like Origin and AGL tell us what we should do. Now, they've all been very in favour of green energy, and often the government and others have said, well, look, that's what the experts are saying, and AGL and Origin, we should do that. They're the people who benefit from higher power prices. It's like saying, let's let the banks set interest rates. What would they do? Of course they want higher power prices. They get more money out of it, but the rest of us are then made
it's a Ponzi scheme, mate. I've got to leave it.
Totally.
I've got to leave it there. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Thank you for all your advocacy.